So this video is going to be on how to expand brackets and factorize expressions. Okay, so first off, expanding brackets sometimes is referred to as multiplying out brackets. The reason being the number outside the bracket has to multiply everything inside the bracket. So looking at the first example, you can see I've got 4 on the outside of the bracket. That's going to now multiply every number inside. So first off, 4 lots of 3x is going to equal 12x. 4 lots of minus 5 is going to equal minus 20. So I've expanded that bracket to give me 12x minus 20. The second example, I have a letter on the outside. Now, if you remember by your indices rules, if I'm multiplying many y's together, the power of that new expression is going to go up. If I don't have a y, then I'm just going to put the y on the end. So, y lots of y squared is going to equal y cubed. The power is going to increase by 1. Y multiplied by minus 5 is going to give me minus 5y. So I've expanded that expression to be y cubed minus 5y. Okay, my last example, you can see I've got numbers and letters on the outside. I've got this 3t squared. So I'm going to do exactly the same thing that I've done before, but I'm going to deal with the numbers and letters separately and carefully. So to begin with, 3t squared multiplied by 5t cubed. I'm going to start off by multiplying the numbers together, 3 times 5, which is 15. And now I'm going to deal with the t's. So t squared multiplied by t to the power 3 is going to be t to the power of 5. Those two indices are going to add together. Okay, so the next bit, I'm doing 3t squared multiplied by 7t. Again, I'm going to start off with the numbers. So 3 times 7 is plus 21, positive number. Now I'm going to deal with the letters. T squared multiplied by t is going to give me t to the power of 3. So I've expanded that expression out to be 15t to the power of 5 plus 12t to the power of 3. Okay, so I've got a couple of questions for you to practice down the bottom. Pause the video, have a go at these, and see how you get on in a moment. Okay, so hopefully you've had a go at those. Let's just run through the answers now. So first off, with 5 on the outside, I'm going to start off doing 5 times 3c, which is going to equal 15c. Then I do 5 times minus 5, which gives an answer of minus 25. The next one, I've got p to the power 3 on the outside. So p to the power 3 times p to the power 4 is p to the power 7. Add those powers. P to the power 3 times minus 4p squared is going to be minus 4p to the power of 5. Again, I'm going to add those powers together. The last one, first off, I'm going to do 6m multiplied by 2m. So do the numbers first. 6 times 2 is 12. And m times m is m squared. Next, I'm going to do 6m times 6n. Okay, so again, start with the numbers first. 6 times 6 is 36. Now the letters, m multiplied by m. Well, I can't do that. I can't combine it in any way. So I'm just going to have to write the two separately, mn. So that's my answer for that one. Okay, so the next type of questions we're going to look at are the ones where you have two brackets. You're asked to expand them and then simplify your answer afterwards. So let's have a look at these examples. Well, first off, these are going to be 2-line questions. So we're going to have 2 lines of working. The first line is going to be where I expand the brackets. So the first one, I'm going to expand it by doing 4 times 3x, which is 12x. 4 times minus 5, which is minus 20. Then I do 3 times 2x in the next bracket, which is 6x. Then 3 times minus 4 is minus 12. So that's my first line of working where I've expanded the brackets. Now I need to simplify the result that I've got. So remember, all of the letters can be simplified and all of the numbers can be simplified. So if it helps, you may want to rewrite this out with all of the letters next to each other and all of the numbers next to each other. And as you can see here, I've got 12x plus 6x, which is 18x. And really careful with these minus numbers. Minus 20 minus 12 is minus 32. Let's have a little look at this second one. Again, it's going to be exactly the same procedure that we've done before. The first line of workings is going to be the expanded part, and then my second line of workings is going to be the simplifying part. So first off, 2 times 3a is 6a. 2 times minus 6b is minus 12b. Moving on to the second bracket, notice I have a minus 3 in front. So I'm going to be very careful with that minus there. So I'm going to do minus 3 times 5a is minus 15a. I'm going to do minus 3 times minus 3b. A minus and a minus makes a plus. Minus 3 times minus 3 is plus 9b. So after expanding them, I'm now going to simplify, and again it might help if you write all of the similar termed expressions next to one another. So I'm just going to swap those two middle ones. So 6a minus 15a is going to be minus 9a. Secondly, I've got minus 12b plus 9b, which is minus 3b. Okay, again, I've got 2 questions down the bottom for you to have a go at. Pause the video, have a go at these, and then I'll run through the answers in a moment. Okay, so hopefully you've had a go at these. So first off, I'm going to expand the brackets. So 6 times 5x is 30x. 6 times minus 4 is minus 24. Moving on to the next bracket, I do 2 times 6x, which is plus 12x. 2 times 7 is 14. Okay, simplifying these, I've got 30x plus 12x, and I've got minus 24 plus 14. So 30x plus 12x is 42x. Minus 24 plus 14 is minus 10. So the second one, again, my first line is going to be the expanding part. So first I need to do 9 lots of 7p, which is 63p. Then 9 lots of minus 3q, which is minus 27q. Then moving on to the next bracket, notice I have a minus in front. So minus 4 lots of 6p is minus 24p. Minus 4 lots of minus 11q is plus, because I've got a minus and a minus, 44q. So I've done my expanding part. I'm now going to simplify. So I've got 63p. I'm going to minus 24p from it. Then I've got minus 27q. And I'm going to add 44q to that. So 63p minus 24p is 39p. Minus 27q plus 44q is plus 17q. Okay, so this last section, I'm going to look at factorizing expressions. Now, if you remember, factorizing is the opposite of expanding brackets. It means I need to take out the largest factor of both terms, the largest term that divides both parts of my expression. So in the first example, you can see that I have a number factor. So I'm looking for the largest number that divides 12x and 6. And the biggest number that divides 12x and 6 is the number 6. So taking 6 outside the bracket, I now need to divide each of those terms by 6. So 12x divided by 6 is 2x. Minus 6 divided by 6 is minus 1. So you can see I've factorized that expression to 6 lots of 2x minus 1. Now you can quickly check this by doing an expand, just to see whether you got it right. 6 lots of 2x is 12x. 6 lots of minus 1 is minus 6. Exactly the same as what I had before, so I know I've got it right. Okay, so in the next case, I don't have a number factor. I don't have a number that divides both terms. Instead, I've got a letter. Hopefully, you can spot that there is a y in common. So I'm going to start off by taking a factor of y outside my brackets. Now, dividing each of those terms by y, firstly, I get 7y, so the power goes down by 1. And secondly, I get minus 5. So my y is actually removed from that second one. Again, I can quickly double check this by expanding it. So y lots of 7y is 7y squared. Y lots of minus 5 is minus 5y, exactly like my question. So I know I've got it right. So in this last example, as well as number factors, I've also got numerous letter factors as well. So in this case, what's best to do is to actually look at each part individually. So I've got 35 and 7. I want the biggest number factor of 35 and 7, which hopefully you can spot is the number 7. Next, I'm going to look at my t's. Now I've got t to the power 3 on the left-hand side, but a single t on the right. So the biggest amount of t's that will divide both of those is just 1t. Looking at my r's, I've got r to the power 3 on the left, r to the power of 2 on the right, so the biggest amount of r's that will divide is r to the power of 2. Okay, so I'm going to draw my brackets, and I'm going to divide each part by the expression on the outside. So starting off, 35 divided by 7 is 5. T to the power of 3 divided by t is t squared. R to the power of 3 divided by r squared is just r on its own. Now in the next bit, you can see that 7 divided by 7 is 1. So I'll have plus 1. T divided by t is also just 1. And r squared divided by r squared is also 1. So I just end up with plus 1 on the end. So my final expression here, I've got 7t r squared, lots of 5t squared r plus 1. Again, I can do a quick check. So if I do 7t r squared multiplied by 5t squared r, I get 35. T times t squared would be t to the power of 3. R squared times r is r to the power of 3. Multiplying the next term by 1, I get 7t r squared. Exactly like I have in the question, so I know I've got it right. Okay, so again, pause the video, have a go at the practice questions below. Okay, so in the first question, hopefully you spotted that the biggest factor that divided both was 5. So 15c divided by 5 is 3c, 20 divided by 5 is 4. The next question, the biggest number of p's that divided those both expressions was p to the power of 3. So p to the power of 7 divided by p to the power of 3 is p to the power of 4. Take away 8 lots of p to the power of 3 divided by p to the power of 3 is just 1, so I'm left with just 8 on that side. And the last one, hopefully you spotted that 8 was the biggest number that divided 24 and 16. M to the power of 3 was the biggest amount of m's that divided each term. And n squared was the largest number of n's. So starting my bracket, 24 divided by 8 is 3. M cubed divided by m cubed is 1. N squared divided by n squared is 1, so I can leave it as just 3. 16 divided by 8 is 2. M to the power of 4 divided by m to the power of 3 is just m. N to the power of 3 divided by n squared is just n. So again, close my brackets. Okay, so hopefully that video has helped you with those 3 skills. If you get really confident on these, then I suggest you have a little look at the higher level expanding double brackets and factorizing quadratic sections. Okay, have a go at some practice questions. Good luck.